Hey everybody, this is Martin with MI5. MI5 stands for Millionaire in 5 years or less. Let me just give you a quick background in case you guys are new to my channel and haven't seen my videos before. I was a regular grocery store deli clerk, and I just got tired of, being in the rat race and all that. And I decided to create a program that I call MI5. And the goal was to become a millionaire in a 5-year period of time. So once I perfected that to a lot of trial and error, and I set the goal, started with my program, I was able to achieve my success in 3 years. So that's my quick background. So let me get into the video. So this video, not sure what I'm going to title it yet. I'll make that title later. But I've been reaching the wrong YouTube viewers. I pretty much found that out when I made my last video. I made one about how college is a scam, or it could be a scam. And I've only a few views, but I got a really positive feedback on it. The audience was better. Usually I make videos about stocks, stock market, and everybody in those comment sections, I get more views on that, like 500 views, some a couple thousand, depends. But everybody in the comment section is like a know-it-all. They know everything. Just ask them, they'll tell you. I'm trying to give them advice of real world situations that I've already been through. And they're telling me, when they only have, like 5 shares of a stock, they're telling me how to do it, how I should do it. And I'm like, and they're really, really rude. I'm like, okay, this is just the way YouTube is, I thought. But not necessarily. I think it's a completely different crowd. And you guys that are watching now, definitely more polite, you're more insightful, and you are definitely more engaging. So thank you for that just from the get-go. So real quick, what is behind this curtain? Not really gonna say. Is it just for decoration? Just so I don't have a messy background or whatever. You guys will see on one of my future videos, and I'll show you exactly what's back there. So with that being said, let's move on. I want to talk about, the right group of people, the right mentality, the right mindset. If you guys are watching this video right now, it might be because you have a mindset, or you might think like I do. And there's only going to be a few views on this video probably, because not that many people think the way I think. So if you're watching this video and you're here, you probably have a similar mentality, or kind of break things down the way I do. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means we're like-minded. It means we're looking for the same goals. You may not have met your goal yet, but you're searching the right places, and you're looking the right way to get there, which is what I did when I first started. I had to look for specific things because it wasn't just readily available. Everybody says anything on, you can just Google it. Okay, that's fine if you know what to Google, but sometimes you don't know what to look for to find your answer. And your question could be, how to make 6 figures a year, how to start your own online business. I mean, there's so many things you could ask. And sometimes, have you ever went through Google or YouTube and searched for something, and you can't seem to find one single good video about it? It happens to me all the time. That's why I made this video. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to title it yet. But when you guys get here, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I've been reaching the wrong viewers, I feel. I don't want to reach know-it-alls or people who think they know everything. I mean, that's fine. They can watch. Everybody has the right to comment. That's fine. But I'd rather reach people with an open mind who will absorb information instead of just, oh, I already know that. I know this, I know that. You know, you can't teach them anything because they know everything. So why the heck are you looking at videos on YouTube if you know everything already? Or why don't you have a channel where you're covering that stuff, right? And I'm not saying you, I'm talking about those people. But yeah, it's been frustrating. I have a lot of subscribers, but not so much engagement. And the engagement I do have usually is kind of on a negative side, like stuff on the know-it-alls and all that stuff in the comment section. So I'm going to start making more videos like this. And I think I'm going to attract a better quality of viewer. Like I said, I don't care who watches, but, well, yeah, in a way, I only want more quality traffic. And thinking about putting some ads out to reach more people, but not even sure what category or whatever I should even appeal to, because your potential viewer can come from almost anywhere. Like I said, I found out with the stock market, I was not getting the quality of views that I was looking for. It was quantity versus quality. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So what is this video really about? It's just establishing a new direction, appealing to the people who need to watch my videos instead of people who don't need to. Because if you think you know everything already, then there's no point of you watching this. I'm not here to try to compete with you. I mean, if you know more than I do, then you know more than I do. Simple as that. What I am here to, I don't know everything, but I'm here to share what I do know and what I have learned. Now, most of it, 99% of it is going to be free right here on YouTube. Now, I am going to have some paid courses for people who want me to take them under my wing, so to speak, and push them up to the next level. I'm going to be showing you guys how to create, well, like I said, depending upon what your goal is. If you want to become a millionaire, I can take you to that level. If you just want 6 figures, I can help you get there. If you just want to live a more comfortable life and not have to be paycheck to paycheck every week, then you can definitely achieve that. And it's not as hard as you would think. I used to live paycheck to paycheck for many, many years. And I was miserable, broke, felt hopeless, working a job that I could not stand. Like I said, I was a deli clerk, worked side by side. Once I figured out MI5, Millionaire in 5 years, I worked side by side with some college graduates, went to 4-year universities, master's degrees. And I think they're still working there. I don't work in grocery anymore. Thank God I was finally able to quit and walk away from my job. When I got comfortable enough, I created the income I needed, I was out. Walked away and never looked back. Because I want to teach you guys how to not rely on the system. Stop relying on companies, like corporations, things like that, and start carving your own path. There's an old saying, dead fish float with the stream. When you're a human, dead fish, you're laying there, you flow wherever life takes you. And that's what I did, and that's pretty much what everybody else who was working with me was doing too. They'd flow with the stream. Wherever the stream took them, that's where they go. They were a rubber raft in an ocean. But you want to put sails on, then you're a sailboat. Then you can control your direction and go where you want. Then the ocean belongs to you. You don't belong to the ocean anymore because you got direction. And at first it's scary. A lot of people have to work a job because they got to be told what to do. They got to be told what time to be there, what to wear, what to do, how to do it. Everything step by step by step by step. If you have that kind of mentality, then it's going to take a while to change that. It can be changed. Many people are worker bees by nature, but some people stray away eventually, sheep away from the flock. And once you dare to stand alone away from your flock, that's when huge improvements in your life happen. And they are positive, believe me, because I was scared. I was scared to death to leave because I've always been a worker. My parents have always told me, hey, at least you work in a grocery store and you have a steady work. You're only making, whatever it was at the time, $11 to $14 an hour. But it's steady and it's stable. Don't push it. And I said, okay. So I did everything I could not to be fired. I did a good job. I worked very well for them. I was very loyal, showed up on time. But I had a good work ethic though, So that was my nature to begin with. But I started questioning after a while. I heard a term called financial slavery. I started thinking to myself, that's what I am. I'm a financial slave. And I talked to the other people who I worked with. I said, are you a financial slave? And they're like, what's that? I'm like, do you need this place? Otherwise you would just completely crumble and fall apart, in other words. They're like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm like, then walk off your job right now. They're like, oh, I can't do that. I got bills coming up and I got this and that. I'm like, because you're a slave to the system. And so was I at the time. I knew I could not afford to mess up or to get fired because jobs were kind of scarce. And yeah, if you can't just walk away from your job, then you're partaking in financial slavery, or it's being pushed on you. And your bosses at work, they know this. That's why they treat you the way they do. You ever feel like your boss treats you like crap? Wonder why he or she acts like that? Because they know they've got you where they want you. And you can't get away. And I'm not going to say where they have you by, but you know what I'm talking about. And you can't do a damn thing about it. Or so it appears. And they want you to think that way because the longer you stay there at that job working your butt off, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, whatever it is, weekends, whenever the heck they call you, they guilt trip you if you don't go. If you have to call in sick, they give you the silent treatment, they cut your hours, they punish you, they do all this stuff to you. I know because that's what happened when I worked there. And they treat you like a prisoner because technically you are. They say, oh, you're free to do whatever you want. Sure you are. And be what? Thrown out in the streets? Lose everything you have? Who wants to think about having to do that? Nobody. Nobody wants to go hungry. They don't want their kids to have to suffer. They don't want to not be able to pay their light bill. They want to be able to put gas in their car. I literally had to, at one time, I'm not saying I'm the skinniest guy in the world, but I had to decide on certain days whether I wanted to put gas in my vehicle to get to work or buy food that day. And guess what it had to be? It had to be, I guess I got to use the money for gas because I didn't have enough money for both till, my next payday, whenever that would be. And it was brutal, man. It really was. And I hope I never, ever, ever have to go back to that life. And I'm making this video because I don't want you guys to have to be in that position either. I really, truly care because I came from that. I'm not one of these guys, I was making, six-figure, $100,000 a year, and I got tired of that life. I'm like, okay, how about some real-world situations like mine? I know a lot of you guys out there can relate to working just a regular job, just being a regular person. You don't have a lot of money, and things don't look very hopeful for you in the future. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I couldn't for a long time till I created my own path. Like I said, if not for MI5, me creating that, and like I said, that was through trial and error, it was not overnight. But once I created that program for myself, and I thought to myself, you know what? This just might work. It just might. And I lit up and I was like, you know what? I feel so good about this. I'm going to actually try it. And when I did, yeah, it was hard. I had to make a lot of sacrifices, but it were sacrifices I didn't mind making, because most of the things people have to sacrifice are things I didn't want to do anyway. People want to continue to party. They want to, smoke weed and do all these things. I didn't do that anyway, so it didn't really matter to me as far as that goes. I was not a big spender. Didn't need to have the latest and greatest fashions all the time. I'll often wear the same shirts all the time. I mean, not the same exact one, but the same kind. I like grays, browns, navy blues. And this is probably as colorful as I get right here. But that's just the way I am. I like earth tones. And even now that I'm a millionaire, like I said, I'm not going to be rocking pure Gucci suits and all this crap. Just looking ridiculous. I don't think so. I don't need it. Don't need it, don't want it. Now, there are some things that I do want. And like I said, you guys will see that in the next video when I show you behind the curtain. And that's it. That's all I had to say for this particular video. As you notice, at the very beginning of these videos, I do not ask for a like to hit the like button, because I think it's foolish to ask before you even watch the video. And you're like, well, why am I going to hit the like button? I haven't even watched it yet. But if you made it up into this point and you feel that this video was insightful to you in any way, then now you're free to hit the like button. Smash it, murder it, molest it, whatever you got to do to it. And feel free to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click that little, somewhere around here, the notification bell icon, so you'll get notified when I make new content and new videos. And you're going to want to, because I'm going to have some really interesting videos coming up pretty soon. Like I said, more about the curtain stuff behind me. And thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate it. And have a great one.